Have you ever wondered, as you started an extension project, just how many farmers will end up using the new practice you're promoting? It's a great question because the ultimate goal of extension is change, and often it's about the adoption of a new practice or tool.
So how on earth would you work this out? Where would you start? In today's episode, we're going to tell you a bit about the ADOPT model, a tool that can help you do just this.
The ADOPT model was developed by a team of researchers who realized that although there's been a lot of research into adoption of innovations, there wasn't much in the way of using that information for predictions. ADOPT, the Adoption and Diffusion Outcome Prediction Tool, was developed to do just that.
The research team was Jeff Keeney, Rick Llewellyn, David Pannell, Roger Wilkinson, Perry Dolling, Jackie Usman, and Mike Ewing. And they're all Australians. They wrote a paper about it back in 2017. And as it's open access, anyone can download that. We'll put a link in the show notes, and it's worth a read as it provides a great deal of background and verification. As they say in their paper, they set out to develop a tool with the joint aims of predicting the future level of adoption of a new farming practice by a particular population of farmers, and of enhancing the understanding of practice adoption by diverse agricultural stakeholders.
The good news is that they succeeded in doing this. They developed the model and then tested it with some Australian case studies. The tool enables users to explore what the likely peak adoption of an innovation will be, understand some of the factors that impact that adoption, and do this in a way that allows transparency about the assumptions that have gone into that prediction.
The tool uses 4 aspects that influence adoption: characteristics of the innovation, characteristics of the population that will be using the innovation, the relative advantage of using the innovation, and how easily you can learn about the advantage of the innovation. Users respond to 22 questions, and the software then provides a prediction of not only the diffusion curve for the innovation, but also sensitivity analyses of the factors influencing the speed and peak level of adoption.
John, I've been part of a group that has worked through the model, and it's a great way of exposing assumptions and being able to have a robust discussion about these aspects of adoption. I think this is the real power of the tool, being able to put some structure to discussions about what is realistically achievable in an extension project.
In 2018, the model was moved online, and there are now different options for accessing it. There's a trial account and paid versions, both individual and for teams, that provide a little more detail in the reporting function, as well as offering suggestions and ideas for increasing uptake. And it's not static. The team has added a version of ADOPT for developing countries, in addition to the standard tool, so it really is applicable wherever you're based.
So here's a way we can predict the adoption of a new practice or tool, and this model is a great way of structuring a discussion with a team and ensuring that some of the challenges and barriers to adoption can be considered before we embark on an extension project.
Well, you've heard our thoughts. Now we'd like to hear yours. Add a comment below the blog post and tell us about your experiences with the ADOPT model. Have you used it? And if so, what insights did you glean? Any tips for those considering using the model? We don't want this to just be a one-way conversation. Join in by sharing your thoughts and ideas with us.
Thanks, folks, for joining us on this episode of Enablers of Change. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter if you'd like to know when new episodes are available. And if you liked what you've heard, please tell your friends so they can join in the conversation as well.
All the best until we meet again.